Good morning, everyone. Zay's Karmacat signing on here. Today with a review on the Team Fortress 2 action figure, the Engineer. So, here are both the red and blue versions, respectively. And in a second, I'll go ahead and take a look at some details. Okay, before I even look at some articulation, let me just talk about the accessories of what the Engineer comes with. The Engineer originally comes with one wrench. There's probably a specific name for this wrench. I think it's like a plumber's wrench or a pipe wrench or something. Maybe a monkey wrench. I don't know. I'm not really that good with I'm not a professional on what type of tool this is, but it's a wrench. So, Engineer comes with one wrench, even though I have two of them. A little pistol, which has a brown handle, which you guys will need to remember for when I do a review on Scout. And no matter what color Engineer you get, he comes with a red toolbox. Toolbox is nice because it flips open and shut. And since his right hand is always in this grip position, the handle is removable, so you can put the handle in his hand and then hook it up to the toolbox and make him look like he's carrying it, which is pretty cool. So I'll do that in a minute, but it's kind of annoying that the blue Engineer specifically comes with a red toolbox when the red Engineer also comes with a red toolbox. Like, when I saw the blue Engineer new in the box at my local Target, which is where I got him for the store price, it was kind of weird because it was just him sitting there for the store price of like $25, I think. And that was it. There was no other Team Fortress 2 merchandise. He was just sitting there. But one of my sisters found him and asked me if I still collected Team Fortress 2 stuff, and I said, oh, well, yeah. And that's how I got to owning the blue action figure. Now, the red one, I actually ordered off of Amazon, seemingly in new condition. It might be slightly used, and he only came with his wrench, which was a bit disappointing. I was hoping that he was going to come with his toolbox as well, so then I could have two of these and maybe custom paint one of them blue for the blue Engineer, of course. But yeah, it's just a little unfortunate that there is no blue version of this toolbox, and honestly, it kind of throws me off now because whenever I play Team Fortress 2 and I see a blue Engineer carrying a blue toolbox, it kind of throws me off because I'm just kind of, you know, used to seeing this specifically. And not only that, but custom painting this blue would be kind of tricky because not only, well, first off, the inside, I don't know if I would even paint that or not because it would look kind of weird if he were to open it and just be red and then blue on the outside. But not only that, but there's all this weathering damage on the outside, as well as this number 24. I wonder if maybe that's a reference to something, but anyhow, the toolbox is made well, and I'm guessing they only made a red version because since these are all limited release, they accidentally made a bunch of red versions and then never made any blue versions. So that's a bit disappointing. But now, actually looking at some articulation on the Engineer, I just have to say the Engineer's articulation is probably one of the best because, well, one of the best, but also kind of the worst, because his right arm, well, the red Engineer kind of has trouble with this, so I'll have to demonstrate this with the blue Engineer, but his right arm, our left, has a good range of movement, go all the way up and around like this, and he has like a ball joint on his glove, and then he has like minimal elbow articulation. Sorry about the noises upstairs. Hang on a second, just a second. I apologize about the noises, guys, but anyway, the Engineer has somewhat good articulation, like up around the top, but then really good down towards the bottom. So his arms, at least his shoulders, are very posable, and of course I have the class logo. I don't know what it is about the blue Engineer, but he just almost looks better compared to the Red Engineer, like his paint job, but not only that, but like also in-game, like his clothes. That's just my opinion, my personal opinion, don't kill me for it. Anyway, his glove has like this this ball joint in it, so very flexible, but then his elbow has this nice flexible part of it, so this is very flexible right here, and then his left arm, our right, doesn't really have that good, as oh, well, I guess it kind of does, but it's bare skin, and his hand doesn't really move that much. I mean, it does, but it's just kind of hard to get it to move. It does rotate, however, which is handy, so you can get him to, I'll try and pose him really quick. God, every time I move something on one of these figures, it feels like I'm gonna break it. But you can get his, get him to hold his wrench in both hands, like he would in the game when he's like beating it into one hand, like he's about to, you know, lay someone out, as he would say. I'm gonna lay you out. But yeah, like that, I suppose. And it's like, you know, he'd go doing a little patting animation like that. So yeah, I guess I'll leave him like that for a minute, and then I'll take a look at the other really good articulation on the Red Engineer. So the really good articulation, like his belt area and everything else down below, he's got like this this swivel torso thing, which is kind of weird. It kind of looks unnatural when I do it like this, but this is actually kind of posable. Make him pose certain ways, I suppose. He has very good range of articulation in his legs, as well as his knee. He actually has double joints in his knee, which is kind of surprising. And his ball-jointed ankles and his ankle rotation and movements and such are also very good, because he is, I gotta say, the Engineer, okay, the Engineer, Heavy, and Soldier have to be my 3 favorite characters, but also my 3 favorite action figures, because they're the ones with kind of the best articulation. But I gotta say, Engineer is like the one with like the best balance, because like you probably don't even need like one of those NECA brand action figure stands, since, I mean, he does have holes in the bottom of his shoes, and you could do that if you'd like, but he just balances so well that it's kind of unnecessary. Something I forgot to mention about the head rotation. I didn't even talk about the head rotation. His head does rotate all the way around, and he does look up and down. There's a defect with a lot of the Blue Engineers. Fortunately, mine does not have this, where the head actually pops out, but you can pop it back in. I think that might be a defect. I'm pretty sure it's a defect. It might be a feature or something, but I'm fairly certain it is a defect. But anyway, some details on the Engineer besides just his class logo. He's got like all these lines and pockets painted onto his overalls. He's got his belt, and both of them have this little rubbery extension cord, which kind of looks like orange noodles from a Chinese restaurant almost. And it's very elasticy and rubbery and bendy, of course. It's like an extension cord. That's I think I called it an extension cable or something. But anyway, I feel like if I mess with this too much, it's just going to snap off at some point, so be careful of that. Thankfully, that is one of the things that I thought I was going to snap, but I have not snapped at all. Now, something that I find really fortunate, but also kind of unfortunate, is that the Engineer is kind of the only one that has something like this. He has this little holster here, and it's hollow. If you'll allow me to demonstrate, you can actually put his little pistol in there. This is really neat, but at the same time, it's kind of unfortunate, because there are some other figures that have like similar pouches to this, and they're not really, he's like the only one that they were able to design to have like a little holster to put his gun in. Like, they probably could have hollowed out Scout's messenger bag and then put his baseball bat in there. similar to how, you know, you just put his little pistol in there. And of course this does work with the Red Engineer as well, but this is the original pistol that came with the Blue Engineer since I got him new in the box at Target, which was really cool. So, of course, he also comes with one of these little class portrait cards with the Red Engineer on it, no matter what color you get, as I said. And, of course, has a code on the back for you to get an in-game item. And I gotta say, I think the only character whose in-game item card that doesn't come with, that isn't a hat when you get the item, is probably Blue Spy. But the Red Engineer gets like this cloth railroad engineer's cap or something. And then the Blue Engineer gets a Texas 10-gallon. I only know that because it's like what I have on my engineer's defaults, or as a cosmetic on the engineer whenever I play the game, and it's pretty fun. I really do like the look of the hats that they've given the engineers for these figures. There's also some information on them on the back of the box, of course. Actually has his birthplace listed, which is kind of interesting because I think they put that on the back of Demo Man's thing, but I don't know. But it actually says that he has 11 science PhDs, which is kind of funny because I don't know if I mentioned this in the Heavy review, but Heavy has a PhD in literature, and now we find out that that the engineer has 11 PhDs in science, and the medic lost his medical license, so the engineer is more of a doctor than our doctor, I suppose. I may have that wrong, of course, but you know, it's just kind of funny to me. But the engineer is a pretty good figure, I'd say. It's I mean, I'd say you probably won't be disappointed with this one. I really do like the detail of his hat, specifically on the Blue Engineer, how they make it look. So let me get the light over. There we go. How the lining and how it's crooked, like how it is in the game, which is very nice. I guess we didn't really look at any details on the back, but I'm guessing this is how he looks like on the back in the game. I would have preferred these models or these figures to come with sentry guns or dispensers or something like that, or at least, you know, have NECA make a accessory pack to where you can have those. But either way, the engineer is a pretty good figure. If I have to rate him, I'd say 8.5 out of 10 for both of them, because the face detailing isn't really that good for like his facial hair and such. The articulation on his left arm specifically could be better, but the articulation on him and the detail on him overall is really good, and I do appreciate the inclusion of the toolbox, even if it was the wrong color for the Blue Engineer when he came new in the box, because it does open up, as I said, and of course you can put the wrenches and stuff in there. And I guess before I end this video, I should have him hold the toolbox like a suitcase, or like how you should hold a toolbox, by the handle. Just gotta do this kind of carefully. And there we go. Whoops. And see, even holding that, he doesn't fall over. So again, even better articulation. Well, anyway, this has been my review on the Team Fortress 2 Engineer Action Figure. I don't know who I'm going to review next. As I said, I'm going in the order of the Meet the Team videos rather than the actual series of the action figures, which I probably should have done that in the first place. But either way, this is Ace Karmacat signing off. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.